All right, good afternoon, greetings and salutations. We are continuing our studying of the Series 65 Uniform Investment Advisor Law Exam. Today we are going to do Chapter 2, Section 6, Management Companies. Management companies might want to do a little Fortnite, hopefully do a little reading. Morning's been decent. It's a Saturday. Just got home from baseball, had some good sun. Hopefully gonna go out tonight, just for a drive or something, something stupid. Section 6 is gonna be about management companies. First subsection is general characteristics of management companies. Ooh, look at that new loading screen. It's pretty sexy. I like that. Bottom left is pretty cool. Banana's pretty dope. Everything else is meh. A management company is formed when someone conceives an idea for an investment company, an objective that is needed by investors. As examples, a fund targeted to investors who want absolute safety and income might have an objective of investing in U.S. government and agency securities. A fund targeted to corporate treasurers with excess funds to invest might have an objective of buying high dividend rate preferred shares, 50% of which is excluded from tax when held by most corporate investors. And lastly is a fund targeted to speculators willing to buy bankrupt companies at fire sale prices in the hopes of achieving large capital gains if some of the companies emerge from bankruptcy. So it's a very specific chapter that this is going to be. I'm not warmed up at all for this game. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. All right. Let's do this. I haven't played Fortnite in like a minute, man. Well, that's probably good. I got a good refresher away from it. I don't know where dude wants to land, but this place isn't exactly... Where the fuck is he going? I'm gonna need to grab a gun or something. Come on, give me back. Something. I'm holding this for friendship. I'm not even letting go. I'm not letting go. Not letting go. Nice. Let's go. Someone dareth. Is there an idiot in there? Yeah, he's just... What the hell is he doing? Oh, my buddies are texting me. Nice. Life is good when you have friends, man. You don't need a lot of them. You just need a few very good ones, and you're gonna be all right. Let's get some ammo up in this piece. Nice. Finish him off. Oh, no. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. NT. We can continue to read. That was one of my hero plays, as you can tell. The one Achilles heel of a hero play is having shitty teammates. All right, let's continue to read after I send this text message out. All right. Fund sponsor prospectus. The fund is established by the fund sponsor or underwriter. The sponsor can be a large investment firm such as Merrill Lynch or a firm that specializes only in running funds such as Fidelity or Dreyfus. The sponsor must register the fund with the SEC before the security can be sold. Much of the registration statement is the proposed prospectus, which details the objective of the fund, the board of directors, the fees involved, the track record of the sponsor, etc. Open-end fund continuously issued. So those are mutual funds. The prospectus. Who is talking? The prospectus will disclose the structure of the fund, either open-end or closed-end. Open-end fund shares, mutual funds, are continuously issued by the sponsor, so every purchaser must receive the latest prospectus. The public offering price, POP, as stated in the prospectus, is the net asset value per share plus a sales charge, the equivalent of a spread. This is known as the public offering price, or POP. Yeah, I already knew that. To help sell the mutual fund, the underwriter can hire a number of firms to form a selling group. The selling group acts as an agent, selling the fund for the sponsor. For this, the sponsor gives up part of the sales charge as a selling concession. Okay. Closed-end funds are capitalized like any regular corporate stock offering. There is a one-time issuance of stock, and then the shares are listed and trade on an exchange. The original offering of the stock is made under that dude just died. He stunk too. The original offering of the stock is made under a prospectus at the offering price, with the underwriters earning a spread which is disclosed in the prospectus. If a selling group is used, they are given a selling concession. Once the issue is quote-unquote sold out on the original offering, the shares trade in the secondary market like any other negotiable security. At this point, a prospectus is no longer required. Makes sense, because they're already in the market. They already sold to who they had to sell to. The issue's pretty much done. I'm gonna take a swig. You don't have a laser gun to hit that? We're gonna get out of this. Hopefully they get some good stuff. I'm rooting for this team. It could be better. What the hell is that guy? Alright. The prospectus details which investment advisor has been selected to manage the fund within its objective. He earns a management fee based on a percentage of all assets under management, AUM. Usually, the more prestigious the investment advisor, the higher the annual fee. The advisor's contract is initially set up for 2 years and is subject to shareholder vote every year thereafter. All right, so you get like a term, like a congressional term, and then after that, they got to vote on you as to whether or not you're doing a good job and whether or not you're going to stay, if your fees are appropriate, or if there's a need for you to revise kind of the way you do business. The prospectus also details the quote-unquote custodian bank, which has been selected to safeguard the assets of the fund. The custodian bank usually acts as a transfer agent for the fund, canceling old shares and issuing new shares. It also keeps the shareholder list for mailings of reports, proxies, and distributions to shareholders. For these functions, the bank earns custodial fees. Okay, so I'm guessing this is like a Charles Schwab, a Fidelity, etc. The structure of a management company can be pictured as, and it shows kind of like a pyramid structure, obviously, pyramid scheme like, because they have the single entity up top and various entities down below. They show fund sponsor as the underwriter, very top. Then it separates into three subsections: custodian bank, investment advisor, selling group. Within the custodian bank, you see three subsections within that: safeguard, fund assets, can act as a transfer agent and paying agent, and receives custodial fees. The investment advisor, subsection under that, shows manages fund within objective, contract approved by shareholders, receives management fees. And the third subsection is selling group. Sells fund at public offering price on initial offering, earns selling concession, continuously offers open-ended shares, one-time offer of closed-end shares. Okay. Taking a swig. Diversified fund. The fund can be set up either as a diversified fund or a non-diversified fund. A diversified fund is one in which 75% or more of its assets are invested in securities, a max of 5% of its assets invested in any one issuer, a max holding of 10% of the voting securities in any one issuer. Non-diversified. The great majority of funds are diversified to help reduce investment risk. A fund that does not meet this definition is non-diversified. Whether the fund is diversified or not is stated in the prospectus. Management companies may choose to diversify in various ways. A fund can be diversified among different industries, among companies in the same or similar industries, such as an energy fund investing in many different energy producers, or among different securities. For example, allocating assets among stocks, bonds, money market instruments. If a manager believes that investing in that industry is not prudent at the moment, he can shift assets into cash positions, waiting for a market turnaround. Sorry, I spent so much energy this morning on the kids, man. It takes it out of you. Sometimes you just want to take a nap. I imagine after I read this section, I'm gonna, maybe get a little bite to eat and take a fat nap, wake up, work out, take care of the basics. Go for a drive. I haven't gone for a drive in forever, and I love driving. I haven't been to the beach in a long time. I heard that there was fires out in Malibu. I usually drive there all the time. Just no time on my end because I've been prioritizing sleep and work lately. However, his actions must always be consistent with the fund's investment objectives. For example, if the fund is a diversified common stock fund and the investment advisor believes that the market will drop, he can temporarily liquidate portions of the common stock portfolio and invest the funds into money market instruments. Am I the only honest person ever on video? Notice in life how nobody ever yawns in videos or in anything. Doesn't that seem a little fishy? It makes you feel bad for whenever you yawn or when you feel sleepy. Should have grabbed that bat, dude. However, this cannot be done for very long periods because the investment objective is not to be a money market fund, but to be a common stock fund. The only way for a fund to change its investment objective is by majority vote of shareholders. And then it goes into another section of it's like a mini section of the actual chapter 2 section. What are we on, 6? Growth fund invests primarily in equity securities of rapidly growing companies to achieve capital gains. Income funds invest in fixed income securities such as preferred stock and bonds for the current income provided. The fund may enhance income by using covered call and put writing strategies. If disclosed in the prospectus. I'm also peeking at these dudes playing. Maybe their playing style is just so fucking lame that I'm not into it. Get fucking laser in him, dude. There you go. Types of income funds. Income funds may specialize in one type of fixed income security. The types of income funds include U.S. Government Securities Fund, Municipal Bond Fund, Preferred Stock Fund, Corporate Bond Fund, Money Market Securities Fund. Growth and Income Fund. This fund invests in both equities and fixed income securities. A balanced fund. This type of fund allocates assets among different types of securities, maintaining a quote-unquote balance of equities and fixed income securities. It provides both income and capital gains potential. Okay. Fairly balanced. Index fund. This fund type matches its portfolio to the composition of a recognized index, such as the Standard & Poor's 500 index. Such a fund's performance will track that of the index because the investment advisor is not researching and selecting the securities to be purchased. The management fees are lower than for other funds. I'm telling you, man, if you ever want to get a good nap or a good sleep, spend your morning doing community service and helping people out. You'll come home and you'll be tired as fuck. Because you spend a lot of time doing good stuff, helping them out, and, I don't get anything. I'm not getting paid, but it feels good. I get to help my brother be out there with his friends and get them good sun, get to touch grass, get to be around human beings. Feels good. Specialized fund or sector fund invests in particular industry or geographic area. For example, energy funds or gold funds are specialized by industry. These are so-called sector funds. The Australia Fund and the Asia Fund are specialized by geographic area. Both invest in common stocks of companies operated in that geographic area. I also hold a pretty sizable position in an index fund that specializes in emerging markets, that are not obviously the USA, because I think the USA holds a massive position in the world market, so to speak, but people don't really give recognition to anything outside of the US because they just don't know. But there's a lot of good companies out there, man. There really are. There's a chest in there. You just missed it. Who are you hiding from? Special Situation Fund invests in companies in bankruptcy or takeover candidates. If the company emerges from bankruptcy or is taken over, there is large capital gains potential. There we go. So heal up. Don't be stupid. Heal up. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And you did that. You gotta know when to run in life, man. You gotta know when to run. Open-end shares continuously issued, redeemable. Open-end investment company shares are continuously issued, those are mutual funds by the way, by the sponsor of the fund and are redeemable at any time by the sponsor of the fund. Unlike closed-end shares, they do not trade in the secondary market. They are non-negotiable, redeemable securities, as opposed to closed-end funds, which are negotiable and non-redeemable. Every day, the fund computes its NAV, its net asset value per common share. To do this, all securities held by the fund are marked to market, with the total market value divided by the number of common shares of the fund outstanding. Thus, NAV fluctuates based on the changing value of the securities in the portfolio. Okay, I see what they're saying. So it does change value, but it's not able to be manipulated through supply and demand as much as something like a closed-end share, which is actively traded. These are pretty much just marking value based on the underlying stocks and assets of the particular fund. If the fund is a quote-unquote no-load fund, there is no sales charge, and the customers can buy at net asset value. No-load funds are sold directly by mutual fund sponsors who do not use selling groups or salesmen. Almost all money market funds are no-load, since they are viewed as temporary holding places for customer funds. Money funds are also unusual in that the net asset value per share is constant at $1. As the fund has earnings, the total assets increase. The shareholder receives more shares worth $1 each. Okay, so like it's like a weird little drip system, like repurchasing through your dividends that they're giving you. Maximum sales charge is 8.5% of POP, principal. I'm trying to remember what it stands for. Principal. Payment on principal, is that what it was? Public offering price. Public offering price. If the fund sponsor must compensate a selling group or salesman, the fund will impose a sales charge on top of the net asset value. Under FINRA rules, the max sales charge on mutual fund purchases is 8.5% of the public offering price. That's Fortnite. I'm spectating, dude. Leave me alone. The key to understanding mutual fund sales charges is to realize that the true max sales charge as a percent of net asset value is greater than 8.5%. This arises because FINRA rules state that the max sales charge is 8.5% of price of public offering price. However, public offering price consists of both net asset value and the appropriate sales charge. This is shown below. And it shows two equations. It says net asset value, BID, the bid, under $9.50 or over $9.15, and the public offering price, which is the ask, over $10. It continues, the sales charge per share is 85 cents. Public offering price less net asset value. So the ask minus the bid, right? The sales charge as a percentage of POP, $10, is 8.5%, the FINRA max. However, the true sales charge as a percentage of net asset value, $9.50, is more. I think I see what they're saying. To compute the sales charge percentage, the formula is, and it continues with the formula, it says sales charge percentage equals the ask minus the bid all over the ask, which is equal to A minus B over A. Okay. And then they have a table that I'm going to read through so that we can reference this back when we listen to it. So we can do mental math. It shows 3 separate columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows down. Column 1, 2, and 3 is John Hancock, followed by net asset value, followed by the ask. The rows in order from left down, not middle or right, but left down, are John Hancock, Bond, Global, Growth, High Income, Pacific Basin. So these are all, I'm assuming, different funds and their respective net asset values and their ask prices. Net asset value in order is going to be $14.75, $14.70, $13.74, $9.25, $9.81. The ask follows in order: $16.12, $16.07, $15.02, $9.71, $10.30. The sponsor is John Hancock Company, and the portion of the John Hancock family of funds is listed. To fund the sales charge on John Hancock Bond Fund, the formula is A minus B. Okay, so the bond fund is A minus B, so $16.12 minus $14.75 divided by the original $16.12. which is $1.37 over $16.12, which is exactly 8.5%. It continues, the sales charge is exactly the FINRA max of 8.5% of the public offering price. Now compute the sales charge percentage of the global fund. And if we do the math, $16.07 minus $14.70 over $16.07, we'll get the exact same thing, 8.5%. It follows, again, the sales charge is 8.5%. If a fund especially well managed or especially well sold, the full 8.5% sales charge might be imposed. However, the mutual fund marketplace is becoming more competitive, forcing sales charge percentages lower. For example, the sales charge percentage on Pacific Basin Fund, a specialty fund, and it shows the numbers, $10.30 minus $9.81 over $10.30 is 4.75%. What is that? 75? 4%, 4.75%. Okay. When a customer places an order to buy a mutual fund, he does not know what exact price at which he will buy because the purchase price is computed at that day's closing net asset value. Similarly, if a customer wishes to redeem a mutual fund, he receives that day's closing net asset value. Okay. Oh, we're back in here. Let's do it. Let's effing do it, dude. Show 'em why. Show 'em why. All right, we got 2 of the 3. Blue, you with us? Hey, Blue, you bastard. You both? I don't know what he's doing. What is this place? Have I been here before? I feel like I have. My skin is pearly white, too. That might be a bit of a red flag, man. Not that I don't like it, just, you know. It do require a whole lot of, stealthiness, if you will. All right, let's open up the map a little bit, huh? Hey, bud. How you doing? Did you have your food? Was it delicious? I'm assuming you're here because you want to watch your little shows. How was your day? Did you enjoy baseball? I'm gonna tell the people when to go play baseball. To go play the baseball. And you got a hit? Yeah, I was there with you. Did it all on your own. You're growing up, dude. You're growing up. I don't know who's shooting who right now. I really don't. And what little show do you want to watch, huh? What are you into? What do you want to watch, bud? What do you fancy today? He's having a nice little drink. I don't know what he's drinking, but it looks delicious. Kind of gel that I don't have one for myself, not gonna lie. Alright, go leave that with Mam. I'll be here, alright? Oh, such a good gun, man. But I don't have... I don't have a 6th slot, you know? Probably for the best. He's drinking like a soda-y thing, but it's so good, man. I haven't had it in like 20 years, but I know it's delicious. Is that a blue? Give me the ammo, give me the ammo. Ha, nice. Oh, I was wondering. I was like, who the f... That was pretty fun. Let's go get him. Alright, playtime's over. Did we get him? Give it that ammo. Juicy ammo. Alright, well, the car is gone. Oh, man. You know, those shield bubbles really aren't the move. I feel like I could, you know what, let's start it up again. I don't want to wait too long before playing again. Feel a little more warmed up, feel good. The shield bubbles are useful in some cases. Oh, that was a different team, that's why. What else should I have gotten? A shotgun? That pump and dump? I would have liked that. Oh man, that was rough. If a customer wishes to redeem Global Fund, he will not get $14.70 per share. Since this is the previous day's closing net asset value, we don't know the exact amount he will receive upon redemption today, but it probably won't be much different from $14.70, unless there has been a dramatic market movement. When a customer redeems, he must be paid within 7 calendar days under the Investment Company Act of 1940.
Where we landed.
But industry practice usually results in a much shorter time frame. Let's go ahead and do this. This dude's under 10 years old. He sounds cracked.
So funny.
This guy is fat dude. He helped the butcher, that butcher guy. Not knowing he was a butcher. He said, "Oh, to the hell with nobody I work in here. If you ask me for anything, you're gonna have to go back in the back. You're gonna have to ask somebody else." The whole heck no. And Nadia, he gave him his knife. Do something real quick. The butcher his knife. That fat guy gave the butcher his knife real quick because he didn't know and died. And not even died. He could have killed him right then and there. He did it. Did he? No. Could have.
And not how I have. Not how I have one here.
What?
It's not the right time on here.
Yes, I would know. Yes, we don't know. Now you go and just touch it. It was 3, and that means it's 2. And 3. That was your turn.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, how do I get off this? How do I
Press it off. No, you want 2. I know it's 2. 240. It's 2040.
I know, at 2:30. 2040.
I mean 204.
After at 2:30 you should and at like.
What's going there?
Was I this annoying as a child? Oh, dude, I'm screwed.
What did I? What there?
That's my turn.
All the way over there. Aim. Upstairs. Get out. You get out.
No, it's right there. That's my teammate.
I know. There's somebody right there. He's coming right now. This means a trash. This means a trash. This means a dog water. Dog food. Dog.
Can you believe the guy?
No way, teammate.
I'm about to smash her. What up, pump? Oops, let me get out of here. Okay.
You gotta come here, y'all. Right here.
Nope, I died first. Now he's dead.
Oh my god!
Headshot, bro. Bro.
Dude. Actually, no. It's only
I should have gave you this. It's not worth it.
Hold on.
Did I just get egoed by a 5-year-old? Am I getting egoed by a 5-year-old?
That's my laugh.
Am I getting egoed by these
Wait.
5-year-old that
Let me get
died
one more
before
game,
me?
sorry. Gun. Huh? Let me get one more gum.
Oh, he's with his friend. All right, you know, I respect that. Friend came over on a Saturday morning. Let's play Fortnite. I take a game, you take a game.
Nah,
I
yeah,
take
that's
a
a dumb
game, you
deal.
take a game.
By yourself is crazy. Can't play for that. Don't play for them. I've been told like
Can you just feel the brain rot, or is it just me? The beautiful thing about me is that I can turn the mute button on. I don't think they can. I don't think they know what that means. Mutual funds can charge redemption fees, but all fees combined, upfront sales charge and redemption fees, cannot exceed 8.5% of public offering price under FINRA rules. The 5-year-old hurt my feelings, man. If a fund charges an 8.5 sales charge, there can be no redemption fee. If a fund charges an 8% sales charge, there can be a 0.5% redemption fee. Assume that Pacific Basin, Pacific Basin Fund has a 0.5% redemption fee, which is comfortable within the FINRA max since the sales charge is 4.75%. A customer redeeming at today's net asset value would receive $9.81 multiplied by 0.995, which is equal to $9.76 per share. Okay, so that redemption fee is relatively small, but not nothing. Welcome back, bud. I just got egoed by a 5-year-old. How you doing? Nice feet. Lovely feet. Nice baddie. Nice shorts. Like your shorts. Pretty cool. You want to watch something new today? What are you into? What do you want? You want to play with me? See, this is what I like. Teammates, silent, probably focusing on the game, probably know what they're doing to some degree. And here I am, going to the middle of the playground, hoping to find something. Could not be more wrong. Never mind, I was right. Are they doing this already? Really already? Alright, well, he's taking care of that business. I'm going to make sure my teammate here doesn't die. Thought I heard something. Oh, that's what you went to go get. My brother left for a second, but he went to go get his blankie. I respect that. I respect that. You're loyal to your blankie. I can't be mad at that. Was there something? Oh, there was. Didn't mean to do that. If I can get a better pumping button, man, I'm golden. Anything here? Anything here? Move out of my way, son. Nothing. Every bullet counts. What are you up to, pal? What are you looking for, huh? Nah, this one will do me good. Alright, let's get the puck out of here. You can talk to me, pal. I'll work it for you. Whatever you want. What are you gonna do? What do you want? You gotta talk to me. What do you want, pal? You gotta talk to me. What do you want? Go Magic School Bus. Okay. I can do that for you. What's this idiot doing? I mean, I need my computer. Where's the computer? My computer? Where's that at? Where's my laptop, bud? Give me my laptop. I'll do it for you. Like I said, you just gotta talk to me. But you gotta talk. It doesn't just happen. Here we go. What do you want to watch? Put a pillow on your lap. Put a pillow on you. Put a pillow on you. Put a pillow on your lap. Grab a pillow. Put it on your lap. There you go. Now you're getting it. What the hell are these guys doing? What did I come back to? We're just here for another black market again. Dude. These kids with their black market. Anything good? I don't know. I feel like I need it right now, man. I use it or lose it, I guess. Nah, I'm good. Just because you have good guns doesn't make you a good player. Let's go do this thing. What am I hearing? I really thought those were players. I'm not gonna lie. I have no reason to lie, I was scared. What fell? Was that like a... I need that loot now. Something purple maybe? No, nothing. Where are we going? Talk about getting lasered. Who's shooting at us? Whoa. I can't see. Whoa. This dude's gonna run at me. So, whoa. Alright, I got nothing on me, man. I mean, the game's kind of over because they don't have a reboot van for me to get. The best place is to play the bushes. Bitchy way to play, I agree, but I gotta do what I've gotta do. Why do we take these dumb fights, man? You gotta be joking me. Oh shit, they see me. Oh, shoot. Shut up, man. Shut up. Gotta hit my snipe. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Such a good try. What a good try. Ah, what a good try. I liked that try. That was a good try. Oh, there's two of them. I thought it was a 1v1. NT. Some funds impose a sales charge only if the customer redeems his shares before a stated time period has elapsed. This encourages investors to keep their monies in the fund. These are called contingent deferred sales charges. For example, a fund may impose no sales charge to purchase the shares, but might impose a notice I haven't yawned. Interesting, huh? Waking up a little bit. But might impose a 5% charge if the customer redeems within 1 year, 2% or 4% charge if the customer redeems after 2, a 3% charge if the customer redeems after 3, 2% charge if the customer redeems after 4, a 1% if the customer redeems after 5, and no charge if the customer redeems after 6 years. Okay, so it's contingent, obviously, it's in the name. In order for a fund to charge the max 8.5% sales charge under FINRA rules, the fund must offer breakpoints, letter of intent, rights of accumulation, dividend reinvestment at net asset value. A breakpoint is a reduced sales charge for a large dollar purchase. FINRA sets a breakpoint schedule that it considers to be fair and reasonable. Mutual funds may lower the sales charge percentages in these breakpoints, but cannot exceed them. Below is a sample breakpoint scheduled for John Hancock funds. Okay, so purchase amount of $0 to $10,000 will incur a sales charge of 8.5%, FINRA max. $10,001 to $25,000, a 7 3/4 charge, and $25,001 and over a 6.5% charge. As for purposes of this illustration, is part of the previous John Hancock Company fund listing. And then we'll keep going into that after this. Where's teammate Markin? Let's go, teammate. Let's see if you got it. Noticed that I lasted longer than my teammates in that last fight. Could it be because I make better decisions? I don't know. I agree. I don't know who's to say, but I agree. Where are we going? Oh, I think I know this place. Not very well, but I think I know it. I still haven't changed my skin. That needs to happen. You dummy. It's just stupidity on his part. We can get him up, man, but is he going to stick around, you know? It's the question. Typically the question that we got to answer. People get all pissy that they died off spawn. They don't want to fucking go back. They don't want to wait for their teammates to pick them up, so they just run away.
Go get my reboot card, dumb.
What the? Oh, come on, man. Can't even see you. Oh, I see him. I have no visuals on these guys. Oh, yes I do, yes I do, yes I do. Dude's just dumb. The kid's just dumb. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I mean, that kid came back. That dude stunk. Alright, let's spectate. Look at that. A team that sticks together wins together. Life lesson. Is the kid still here so I can yell at him? All I was going to say was, next time say, you know, please and thank you, jackass. But not worth it. Life will teach that kid itself. Breakpoints, okay. Also, for purposes of this illustration, as part of the previous John Hancock Company funds listing, If a customer purchases over $10,000, he reaches the first breakpoint of 7.75%. This is a sales charge that applied to the entire purchase. For example, if a customer bought $15,000 of John Hancock bond fund, he would pay 7.75% on the entire $15,000 purchase instead of the normal 8.5% sales charge. To compute the revised offering price with the 7.75 sales charge, the formula is equal to the offering price equal to the net asset value divided by 100% minus the sales charge. In this example, the net asset value is $14.75 divided by 100 minus the 7.75% sales charge. You do the math, it's $15.99 per share. It's not bad. Because of the reduction in sales charge due to the breakpoint, the purchase price drops from $16.12 to $15.99 per share. Groups of individuals cannot band together to take advantage of breakpoints. They are applied on a customer-by-customer basis. For example, an investment club cannot combine its purchases to get a breakpoint. Each member's purchase is counted separately. Many mutual fund families will allow breakpoints to be applied to all purchases within the family. For example, all John Hancock funds, etc. Assume you have the following situation. A customer bought $5,000 of John Hancock bond fund 1 month ago and paid an 8.5 sales charge. He likes the investment and tells you that he plans to buy $25,000 of the fund over the coming year. If he signs a letter of intent, you can give the customer the quote-unquote breakpoint sales charge before he gets to that investment level. However, if he doesn't complete the breakpoint, his purchases are recalculated based on the actual breakpoint level achieved. As a further benefit, you are allowed to backdate the letter to include purchases in the preceding 90 days and get the breakpoint on those shares. Thus, in this example, the customer gets the lower sales charge on both his initial purchase and subsequent purchases. The rules on the letter of intent are that the letter can only last for 13 months, inclusive of the 90-day backdate period. The extra shares purchased under the breakpoint are held in escrow until the breakpoint level is reached. If the breakpoint level is not reached, the extra shares are not released from escrow. Okay. If an investor builds a position in a mutual fund, his accumulated position counts towards the breakpoint. This is called rights of accumulation. For example, a customer has a $9,000 position in John Hancock bond fund, bought all the 8.5% sales charge for that level of purchases. He now wants to buy another $20,000 of the fund. The new purchase places his accumulated position at $29,000 above the $25,001 breakpoint. So he qualifies for a 6.5% sales charge on the $20,000 amount. Rights of accumulation are based upon the current market value of the fund shares, not the original cost. Therefore, if the fund shares have appreciated, this growth may move the customer into a lower breakpoint sales charge when they wish to buy new shares. Makes sense. If a shareholder elects to have dividends automatically invested in additional fund shares, these purchases are made at net asset value. No sales charge is imposed. Please note that most funds will reinvest capital gains distributions at net asset value as well, though this is not a FINRA requirement. Another similar mutual fund feature applies to families of funds. If a customer decides to liquidate John Hancock bond fund and uses the proceeds to buy John Hancock growth fund, the switch is made at net asset value. No sales charge is imposed on the new purchase. This is not a FINRA requirement, it is simply a marketing tool for fund families. However, be aware that switching between different funds is considered a sale under tax rules. Capital gains tax will be due if the shares that were sold have appreciated, and a capital loss will be created if they have gone down in value. Many mutual funds known as 12b1 funds for the SEC rule that permits this impose fees for the cost of soliciting new customers into the fund. The idea behind this fee is that as new investment is attracted into the fund, overall expenses for running the fund will not grow as fast, and the fund will be able to provide a better overall return for shareholders. Let me read that again. The idea behind this fee is that as new investment is attracted into the fund, overall expenses for running the fund will not grow as fast, and the fund will be able to provide a better overall return to shareholders. Okay. So it's like a marketing cost, right? You got to bring more people in, but it's going to take money, so we're going to charge you for that marketing to a degree. FINRA requires that 12b1 funds can impose a max sales charge of only 7.25% instead of the 8.5% allowed for non-12b1 funds. Okay. If the fund does not impose fees for account maintenance and 6.25 maximum, if the fund does impose service fees for account maintenance. Oh, okay, I see what they're saying. If the fund does not impose fees for account maintenance, funds can impose a sales charge of only 7.25% if they're 12b1 and 6.25% max if the fund does impose services for account maintenance. Okay. A little frothy because there's a lot of numbers getting thrown around, but for the most part, that makes sense. Furthermore, the 12b1 fee is not allowed to exceed 1% of average annual net assets. Good to know. Many funds offer share classes that impose sales charges and 12b1 fees in various ways. Share classes are commonly categorized as Class A, which impose a higher upfront sales charge, but typically have no or very low, about 0.25% annual 12b1 fees. These shares are most suitable for long-term investments, since the upfront charge is a one-time event that will be recovered over time through a better rate of return achieved by the lower annual 12b1 fee. After the upfront charge is recovered, the lower 12b1 fee will enhance returns as long as the investor stays in the fund. Who's this guy fighting the stocks? Who is he fighting? These jackasses. Oh, there's somebody right behind him. Or is that a bot? Class B shares impose a contingent deferred sales charge that declines to zero the longer the investor stays in the fund, but imposes a higher, about 0.5% annual 12b1 fee, will result in a major drag on returns as long as the investor stays in the fund. Good shot. Good shots. Fantastic shots. Lovely shots. This gun is marvelous for him. Not even looking. The purchase price of mutual fund shares to customers must be computed under these rules. Selling group members are not allowed to discount mutual fund shares on their own, nor can they sell them for more than the public offering price. The price that a customer pays for a load fund is the next calculated public offering price, inclusive of the appropriate sales charge, as computed based on all of the fund's purchase features, such as breakpoints, letter of intent, rights of accumulation. These are all discussed in the prospectus. Next subsection is publicly traded funds. Publicly traded funds, or closed-end, are capitalized differently from open-end funds. These funds have a one-time stock issuance, and then the funds booked are closed. No new shares are issued. The stock then trades on an exchange and is valued like any other negotiable security. Closed-end fund structures are used for portfolios of liquid securities, such as municipal bonds and third-world investments. If these securities are purchased by an open-end fund, and if investors redeem, then the fund would be forced to liquidate the portfolio holdings, probably at unfavorable prices. A closed-end structure does not permit redemption. The purchaser of a share can only sell that share to someone else. It cannot redeem. For example, Colonial Municipal Fund has its IPO, initial public offering of 10 million shares in January of 1988, at an offering price of $10 per share. The fund raised a gross amount of $100 million. The underwriters took a spread of 50 cents per share. So the actual monies being invested in municipal securities were $95 million. On its initial public offering, purchasers of Colonial Municipal received a prospectus. As in any other new exempt offering, okay. The fund's shares were then listed on the New York Stock Exchange, where they trade today. The objective of this fund is to generate tax-free income for its shareholders by investing in diversified municipal bond holdings. Any customers interested in the fund after the initial offering can buy the shares on the New York Stock Exchange through a brokerage firm. The New York Stock Exchange listing for Colonial Municipal Funds it shows a little table here. What the hell are these two doing? Dude, if he trolls them again right now. It shows a little table. It shows a 52-week high and low. The high being $9.75, the low being $7.13. The stock is COLMU, which is Colonial Mutual Fund. The dividend is 79 cents a share. The yield is 8.1%. And that's about it. That's all it shows. In a separate listing called Publicly Traded Funds, the closing price is compared to the net asset value per share of the fund. A portion of the listing follows, and it shows another table. It'll show closed-end bond funds, CIM High Yield SEX, Colonial Municipal Incorporated, Colonial International High Incorporated, Franklin Universal Trust. It shows the exchanges, their net asset values, their prices, and the percent differentials. Okay. I see what they're doing. Percent differentials based on, it looks like, discount of net asset value. So net asset value for CIM High Yield is at $10.60, but the price is at $9.50. Percent difference shows negative 10.37. I'm assuming that's percentage, and it definitely is. Nice job, Beers. I was uploading videos. What are they at? 81%, 31%, 36%. Why is this one so... I think this is the longest one. How is this one moving the quickest? Interesting. Who knows? From the New York Stock Exchange listing, we see that Colonial Municipal Fund, the Colonial Municipal Fund closed at $9.75 per share this day, and that's under the share price, not the net asset value. A customer who was able to buy at the closing price paid $9.75 plus a commission for the shares. Like any other stock, from the second listing, we see that net asset value per share is $11.07. So this fund is selling in the market at a large discount to net asset value, 11.92% discount to NAV. Closed-end funds sell at discounts because they give a lesser rate of return relative to the market. Or when there is greater uncertainty surrounding the types of investments held in the fund. From the listing, we see that Franklin Universal Trust closed at $10 this day, while its net asset value is $9.30. So the fund is selling at a premium, 7.53% premium to net asset value. Closed-end funds sell at premiums because they give or are expected to give a superior return relative to the market rate of return. Okay. Yeah, so you either sell at a discount or a premium or fair market value or close to NAV is what they're getting at. If an investor wishes to liquidate closed-end shares, they cannot be redeemed. They are sold in the market like any other stock at the prevailing market price. The customer receives the execution price less a commission. Okay. It's good to know. And the next portion of the subsection is going to be fund income and taxation. That's always fun. We love taxes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. What are we doing here? What are we doing? All right, all right. Looks like we're all together. I'm not angry at this. I like this. Oh no, there's a bank here, man. Every time there's a bank, shit happens. I like the way these guys think, man. I like it. Go get that chest. Better chest? Anything? Down there. It's not bad. Not a bad start, man. I'm not angry at this. Ooh, a bat weight. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Oh, he grabbed that. I wanted that. Actually. Give me that ammo. I want something. Give me the good stuff. Give me the good stuff. Give me the good stuff. Nice. I love the direction this went. I really do. I'm cool with this loadout, man. I'm not angry at it. Alright, we're just gonna get crazy with it today, I see. you take my fucking gun? Idiot. It's not bad. I don't mind that. I can live with that. Yeah. Actually. No. Whoa. Nice. Grab all this goody 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 good loot. Goody loot, goody loot, goody goody good loot. That's why you have teammates, man. What are we shooting at? Hear them to my right. Pushing them? Sure you want to? Are you kidding me? How far has this got to go? Oh, dude. Sniper's not letting me open up the map. Grab those SMG pistol shits. Ooh, wait a minute. Nice minis, more ammo, another medikit. This ain't bad. This ain't a bad ain't a bad haul. Whoa, someone's on me. Someone's on me. Okay. Okay. Alright. I respect this play so much. I dropped the snipper. I still have to do better. Got one. Who the... Why is my screen so dark? Oh my gosh. No range, man, no range. Am I not seeing something? Am I not seeing something here? Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't see these guys. They're on rock somewhere. Who the hell is shooting at me? What the hell is going on here? Where'd you get that? Oh no, I gotta give up a med kit. Is that where we're going? Okay, nice. Yeah, I know. Not much I can do with that though. Kinda gotta save this energy, you know what I mean? More medikits and shit. I don't know what this play is. I really don't. Ready for rehearsal, Miss Frizzle? You see anything, dude? Nice. real. It's kind of stink. AR ammo, can't be mad at that. This dude's caring, man. I'm proud to have him as a teammate. I really am. Good rotation. I like this. I like this a lot. Anybody there? Nice. Melted. It's on me. Is it though? I gotta take a potty break. BRB. I hope this guy wins. Yeah, we were kind of in the open in that. I don't, I mean, if this dude's going to take a shot with a burst. But I get it, you don't want to give up your position. And yet you want to just shoot grenades at these fuckers. Funny how that works, ain't it? Oh, dude. Get lost in the sauce. Get lost in the sauce. They see you. They see you. They see you. Yeah. No. Played that wrong. Played that wrong. Go ahead and spectate these fellas. It was actually a good game. I liked it. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, there's one. Smart play. Very much indicative of a play that I would make, honestly. Wow, 1v3. 3v3, I guess. Your best bet in those late games is just to, like, third party everyone. Continuing on. Under the Investment Company Act of 1940, management companies are obligated to send financial statements to shareholders semi-annually. The financial statements include an income statement for the fund, a balance sheet, and a listing of all holdings in the portfolio. A hypothetical income statement for the Underwood Bond Fund is as follows. Expenses, management fee, shareholder services fee, custodial fee, printing, legal plus audit, administration, 12B1 administration fees for a total expense of $4 million and a net investment income of $16 million, given the investment income of $20 million minus the expenses of $4. As a hypothetical example, assume that the Underwood Bond Fund has $200 million of net assets invested. The manager generated gross income of $20 million from these assets, from a gross return of 10% on the invested assets. Out of the $20 million of income generated, the expenses of operating the fund must be paid. These expenses are management fee. This is typically the largest expense of operating a fund. In this example, the annual fee is 1% of total net assets per year. 1% of $200 million of net assets is $2 million. Annual management fee paid to the investment advisor. Shareholder services fee, the cost of maintaining customer support services such as personnel needed to answer shareholder inquiries and requests. Custodial fee, the bank charges for safekeeping the fund's investments. For acting as a transfer agent and paying agent. Printing fee, the charges for printing of the prospectus for mutual funds and for printing the semi-annual reports to shareholders. Legal plus audit. Funds must be audited annually. Lawyers are retained for SEC filing work, investment advisor contracts, etc. Okay. Dude, those lawyers, they're cleaning the fuck up and just for existing. I mean, gotta hope for the best here. No, there's more people. Oh, dude, we don't have any guns worth. All right, game over. Go to my teammates because I don't want them dying on me yet. What's up, dudes? What the hell is he doing? Hey, do you know what time of day it is? So we gotta clean this place out first. Who and where? those bullets. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's not that serious. You just took my effing ammo? Are you kidding me? I don't respect that. Head over here. They want in on the party. You better not, yeah, you better not get killed, kid. That is on you. Can't leave my teammate alone here. How high did this idiot go? Oh my gosh. Ooh, actually. What I want to make sure is that nobody else is still here. It's my biggest problem. Chances are that they are, but let's fight them, you know. What the hell? Wait. I do want to drill, but I kind of need an AR. Shoot it. Shoot it. Don't hold back. Alright, I really... this laser, you know... I think the threat of having it is good enough, you know? Whoa. I don't see anything. Did I see something? I do. Oh, I can't shoot with this thing. Come on. Come on down. Jeez, dude. You can take care of homeboy if you want. You're so annoying. Oh, y'all are dumb. What's this fucker doing? What weapons do you have? You should have grabbed the laser that I... This guy. Just... It's chalked. Can I spectate the other team while this team is still alive? Can I? Let me spectate. I want to spectate. This idiot. Oh, we're actually almost done with this. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to make this too long, so... Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. On the shorter side of the ones I've usually done. Administration fees also charged for office personnel, 12B1 distribution fees. The charges for soliciting new shareholders to become fund investors. Actually, no, let me get out of here. The charges for soliciting new shareholders to become fund investors, these charges are permitted under SEC Rule 12b1 under tightly controlled conditions. Note, when trading the fund portfolio, a brokerage firm must be used, so the fund incurs commission expenses. Most funds choose to capitalize the commission cost into the purchase cost of the security, in which case commissions would not show as an expense on the income statement. The total expenses of running the fund equaled $4 million, leaving $16 million of net investment income available for distribution to the shareholders. The more efficient the fund, the lower the level of expenses should be, leaving a greater proportion of net investment income to shareholders. The measure of efficiency is the fund's expense ratio. First, let us explain the use of the ratio. The fund has $200 million of total. All right, let me get this out of the way first. Got that. Nice. Nice. The hell? Alright, I'll use that. Oh. What the hell is this? Miss Frizzle. She's kind of hot. Yeah, she's pretty hot. Alright, that's pretty sick. Let's do... I do like this guy, the plain style he has, but gotta go with the black, man. I feel like that's less of a target, you know. Relax. Now I can do it. The fund has 200 million of total net assets, from which 20 million of gross income was generated, for a gross return of investment of 10%. If the fund had no expenses, the entire 10% return would flow to shareholders. However, expenses totaled. All right, so we know that. However, expenses totaled 4 million, reducing return on investment by 2%. This is computed by dividing 4 million of expenses by 200 million total net assets. This left shareholders with a net return on investment of 10 minus 2%, which is 8%. 16 million of net income divided by 200 million total net assets. This formula for the expense ratio is total expenses over total net assets. In this case, total expenses of 4 million divided by total net assets of 200 million, 2%. All right, a 2% ratio. It's not bad. It's relatively low. 2% of the return to investors was used up by expenses. The lower the ratio, the greater the residual income for investors, making the fund more efficient. Distribution of dividends from NII. To continue with the income statement, net investment income, NII, distribution to shareholders, and retained earnings. Okay, so the fund distributed virtually all of its net income, NII. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Did I press something bad? Oh, I think I pressed something bad. I think I know what I did. We'll check it out in a bit. Where we going, fellas? Going here? I like the fields. Where the hell you're going, kid? Are you with the team? Dude's with the team. He's with the team. The fund distributed virtually all of its net income, net investment income, and they're showed here as 16 million minus distributed to shareholders 15,920,000, with a retained earnings of 80K. Okay. $80K in retained earnings for the fund, I presume? I would assume that, right? Hello? Anything? Helps at the start, You better buy shit, dude. Better load up. Sure, there's people here and we're gonna fight them. I just don't know what that is. I'm not crazy about this. I mean, you know what? A laser gun, I'm not complaining. Is it the best gun in the world? It's not, but in terms of defending yourself early game, I can dig it. I can work with it. Better to have a sniper than to not. Oh, here are the guns I'm looking for. Okay. Pump. Nah, I'm not gonna use that sniper. Nice. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, man. There's no... You know, who do I pick? Better pick somebody and go, man. You're right. Is he shooting anybody? He's not shooting anybody. Is this guy shooting anybody? He is. He's taking care of that. I mean, it's not bad. More people. Dude doesn't stand a chance. Oh, did not see that, did not see that, did not see that, did not see that. Oh no, where's the... These dudes just left. Such an L. Such good loot. What the hell is... This dude bought himself a girlfriend and now he's just solo. What an idiot. The fund distributed virtually all of its net investment income to shareholders as a dividend, retaining a very small portion. The fund distributed 99.5% of its net investment income to shareholders, only retaining 0.5%. Funds distribute the vast majority of their net income to shareholders for very important tax reasons. If a fund distributes at least 90% of its NII to shareholders, then the fund is regulated under Subchapter M of the Internal Revenue Code. A regulated fund pays no tax. You're just... No, dude, no, you idiot. A regulated fund pays no tax on the distributed net income. Those monies flow through as in a conduit. So this is termed conduit tax treatment to the shareholders. The shareholders include them on their personal tax returns. The fund only has to pay tax on the retained income, which in this case is $80,000. If a fund does not distribute at least 90%, then it's not regulated and all of its NII is taxable. In addition, the tax code imposes tax surcharges on funds that do not distribute at least 97% of NII and 98% of capital gains to shareholders. Due to this tax code provision, virtually all funds distribute higher percentages. That makes sense. Makes a good amount of sense. And, you know, obviously you don't keep as much with $80,000 when you're giving away 15 point, what was it? 92 million. That's just fun. That's fun. I'm having fun. Where did I die? I died around here, didn't I? I mean, I'm just gonna hope that some of my stuff is still here. Not keeping my hopes too high, but you know what? This ain't bad. This ain't bad at all. Oh, shoot. There's nothing to do here. What the fuck kind of team? Yeah, this team stinks. I'm not ending this way. I don't want to be that guy. You know what? I'm going to be that guy. Sometimes it's okay to be emotional. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. In addition, if a fund sells off appreciated securities, it will have a capital gain. If it sells off depreciated securities, it will have a capital loss. Oh, yeah, I see what I did here. Net capital gains are distributed to shareholders. I don't know what the hell that was. Where is my... this? For some reason, when you tab out a certain way, something happens where your resolution is just completely effed, man. So that's fine. It's not a problem. Okay. I wonder if Johnny's playing the, oh, yeah, Trio's better. I wonder if he's playing with the, Dragon Ball Z skins. If there is a net capital loss for the year, this cannot be distributed. The fund retains the loss and uses it as an offset against future year capital gains. Therefore, every year investors can expect, given that the fund is well managed, a dividend distributed and a capital gains distribution, both of which must be included on that year's income tax return, whether or not the investor reinvests the monies in additional fund shares. An investor who liquidates fund shares may have a capital gains realized upon sale. The investor's cost of the shares is the original purchase price plus all reinvested distributions. If the sale proceeds exceed this amount per share, then there is a taxable capital gain. If they are less, there is a tax-deductible capital loss. Interesting. And that's the end of that section. That's Chapter 2, Section 6. I'm going to play this out, and then we'll end the video. But we'll look forward to the next two sections, because these are short. The next two will be money market debt, Section 5, and municipal debt, Section 4. But this will be hopefully a dub. We're going to play like it. Hopefully we have teammates that are not dog shit. Let me be a little more kind to them. Complete trash. Where are we going? Why don't you mark it, kid? There are many buildings, but this one is mine. Dun, 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 dun. You never know. 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 Give me all these goodies. Goody, 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 goody. Let's go one more floor down. What the hell? get my gun better. Actually, no. Early game, I need this one. This one's a little more burst action on it. What the hell? Oh my gosh, dude. So this game is chalked. It's an L. Not for nothing, but the team is... again, I don't want to be mean because these are probably just kids, but dog shit comes to mind. Oh, he's moving now. There we go. Show a little movement. At least he's alive. Hopefully. Anything? Nothing. Oh, where's this bastard at? Who's this idiot shooting at? Are we doing this already? Dude, you're on your own. Let me look out up top. What? Do you mind? Yeah, man, I don't come to where you work and shit on you. Sorry, let me... If you don't mind. If you don't mind. Such a good... Yeah, I'm better with these. Better with these, better with these. Shall we, gentlemen? Shall we? Decisions, I know, dude, I know. Go ahead and sit here for you. You don't got this cool ass emoji, you don't got it. Are we out? Alright, wait for me. Hold on, hold on. Hey. Let's do it. All ammo goes to a good cause. Yes. Oh, Arnold. Anything? Ammo? Nothing. Nothing? Nothing at all. Really? Huh. I mean, I can jump off, I guess. There we go, nice little... Okay, never mind. I actually like this color better. You read my mind. I'm not seeing anybody, man. Somewhere in the map, we gotta go. Gotta go back here. Thoughts, gentlemen? Is that a pad on the boat? It's kind of badass. Fellas, fellas, fellas. Fellas, we can't, if we're not on the same page, we're not going to be able to do anything, you know? What are you bots doing? Black market, dude. You see something there? We're just being stupid again. What are the odds it's just being dumb? No, you're just being dumb. So repulsive. This is how my last game of the day is going to go. I'm going to die with these idiots. Somebody here? Somebody willing to fight? Finally some action? Maybe? No, that's the damn train. Oh, these bots. I'm not even gonna try to 1v3 a team. Somebody landing? I would love it if they were. Whoa, 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 whoa. I saw someone, I saw someone. Come on, where are you at? Here, you idiots. Here, here, here. Oh, I mean, with a hit marker like this, all you gotta do is shoot at his gravitational orbit. You'll hit him. That's your loadout. Shoot. One at a time. There's one. No, no. No. Wait, what? What? Did he just drill them? I think Johnny taught me about this. You can do damage for some reason with that drill. How to do it? Unclear to me. To your right, to your right, to your right, to your right. Oh, that's smart. To be fair, what am I saying? I mean, I'm the one who's dead. This dude's probably nuts. He's cracked. He's already on 2 kills. A whopping 2 kills. Oh, no. Credits to him, man. He knows how to work it. I do not. I don't know where I died either. I don't even know where on the map I am. Okay. Stuff. Bat, SMG, AR, drill. Heals. Come on. Let's go help. Let's get involved. Come on. Where's the jump pad? Alright, good stuff. Give me all that. Whoa, dude. No. Oh, I see this. Good first round. Let's do it again. There's one more. I was gonna say. Yeah, this gun isn't the best short range, but the bat just makes up for it times a million. So this does damage. Let me. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I had no idea. I have underestimated the drill. Oh, full health too. I'm in, dude. Okay, alright, okay. What the f... Where's Blue? May I ask how this happened? Wait, no. No, I don't want to revive you. Hold on. Sorry, dude. Priorities. You know how it is. Alright, so this wasn't too bad. It ended up going way better than I thought it was going to when we first started. Actually, I'm going to make this my first. Just because I feel like the long range can be very useless in some cases. Anything? There's a jump pad around here, right? I'm not even gonna wait. What am I doing? I can just take a drill downstairs. Or I can do this. Launch pad anywhere? No? Oh wait, no, there's something in the water now. This dude's got the right idea. What the hell is he doing? Whoa. Where did this fucker go? He's up there. Okay, that's fine. Nice. That's how we end it. That's it, baby. Whew. All right. Great study session. Great study session.